Women in baseball have defied odds, shaping a legacy of passion and resilience.
Did you know that the US has a national women's baseball team and that women have played organized baseball for nearly as long as men? You might be thinking, do you mean softball? But softball is an entirely different sport than baseball. The ball is larger, the fields are smaller, and the pitch is wildly different. Society has largely overlooked women in baseball, aside from the classic 1992 film A League of Their Own and the 2022 show of the same name. Despite this lack of recognition, women never stopped playing baseball. So why don't we know their names, and why isn't baseball recognized as a women's sport? Baseball's story in the US begins around 1850. What started as a regional game in New York became popular during the Civil War after soldiers on both sides brought the sport home. Post-war, baseball was seen as a symbol of unification and a national pastime. Within a decade, professional men's baseball clubs have cropped up all over the country. And in 1866, the first women's baseball team was formed at Vassar College. Most of the women playing baseball at first were white, upper class, and had access to school teams or private clubs. It was seen as socially acceptable as long as they upheld Victorian ideals of the modest and chaste woman. In practice, this meant playing baseball in ankle-length skirts and following strict rules about conduct. One women's club in Florida said that if a player tripped on her hoop skirt during a game, she would be immediately expelled from the club. By the 1800s, working-class women, including women of color, had started to play baseball. They could get paid to play for barnstorming teams, which are teams that travel and put on exhibition games. These teams were often owned by men, turning a profit on the novelty of women players. In Philly, 3 all-black women's barnstorming teams were formed and played against each other. These Philly teams were short-lived as they didn't get much news coverage to help drive ticket sales. What little reporting exists was both racist and sexist and focused on the players' outfits. But times and uniforms were changing. In the 1890s, women ball players traded the restrictive skirts and dresses for loose-fitting pants, rejecting societal norms. Known as Bloomer Girls, inspired by Amelia Bloomer, a suffragist and fashion advocate, these teams barnstormed across the country. They challenged and won against men's teams of all levels. Bloomer Girls typically didn't play each other, though there were reports of an interracial women's game between an all-black team and an all-white team. For 40 years, the Bloomer Girls gave scores of women the chance to play baseball